After months and months of negotiations and thousands of deaths, Israel and Hamas have now agreed to a ceasefire. Thanks for joining us for 4 o'clock at 9 News. I'm Tom Green.
I'm Alexandra Lewis. The agreement is set to take effect on Sunday, though it still needs final approval.
It stops 15 months of fighting in Gaza and will release Israeli hostages. Here's NBC's Alice Barr.
Jubilation among the ruins in Gaza and on the streets of Israel as hostage families and Gazan civilians who've spent 15 months in the line of fire learn a long-sought ceasefire and hostage release is coming. Negotiators in Qatar confirming the 3-phase agreement and crediting a joint push from the incoming Trump administration joining the Biden team's months of work.
At long last, I can announce a ceasefire and a hostage deal has been reached between Israel and Hamas.
The remaining hostages include Americans like 19-year-old Itai Chen, who the Israeli military says was killed in the October 7th Hamas attack and brought to Gaza.
There's been too much pain for these 15 months.
The family desperate for the closure of bringing Itai's body home, though that won't happen in the deal's first phase that has 33 women, children, elderly, and injured hostages set to be released in exchange for Palestinian prisoners, dramatically increased aid into Gaza, and the withdrawal of Israeli troops from population centers to a border buffer zone. Soldiers and other male hostages would be released in later phases.
We are grateful, and it's a time to be joyful for those that will be reunited, but there's still work to be done.
The agreement is very similar to a proposal President Biden announced last spring. President-elect Trump crediting his upcoming inauguration as a catalyst to finally move forward. As the U.S., allies, and all those suffering hold on to hope, the agreement will bring a final end to a devastating war. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Later this hour, we're going to hear reaction from those in the Palestinian community.
Today, we are learning more about the deadly stabbings along the 16th Street Mall this weekend, as Denver police have now identified the second person killed, 34-year-old Nicholas Burkett. DPD says he was stabbed in the area of 16th and Wynkoop and then died from those injuries. Earlier this week, we learned the other person killed was named Celinda Levno. She was an American Airlines flight attendant who was in Denver on a layover. Levno had recently celebrated her 35th anniversary as a flight attendant. She had a love for horses, friends, and family. Also new this hour, we're learning that the internet outage at Aurora Public Schools is now going to cause a delayed start for the next 2 days. It was on Monday that the staff identified suspicious activity and shut down that network. We received a number of calls and emails from families, even staff members, saying the outage affects everything from being able to take attendance to printing classwork to phone and computer use. So now Aurora Public Schools says all schools will operate on a 2-hour delayed start tomorrow and Friday. The district saying that delayed start will give teachers extra time to plan without internet. Also, morning preschool canceled for tomorrow. All schools will be closed on Monday for Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
A fire on the roof evacuated people from a Denver apartment this afternoon. This happened at the building on Kentucky and Dahlia and Cherry Creek. Denver Fire responded just after 1 o'clock. It took crews about 45 minutes to get the fire under control. We're working to learn more about any possible damage.
Another beautiful day for people out on Colorado's ski slopes. This is what Breckenridge looked like around noon today. If you didn't take lunch, you had the place to yourself. Nice temperatures around the state ahead of that polar vortex we might have mentioned a time or two coming our way.
Weather Impact Team meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen tracking the polar vortex, but man, it's been nice to have this beautiful kind of warm day.
It was. I mean, and tomorrow will be even nicer. We always get that, right before the big trough comes in, we get a little bit of a bulge of high pressure, and we get the calm before the storm, and it's been really nice. Here we have the live shot out here across the city of Denver into the Front Range Mountains, and it's still clear blue skies out there. Temperatures, we're still 50 degrees right here at the 9 News Studios, 46 at Denver International Airport. Let's look at those next couple of days here, centered around the National Western Stock Show forecast. Thursday, going to be really nice here, 56 degrees for a high temperature. Friday, most of the day will be pretty decent. That cold front comes in probably around 6 o'clock. They got the Pro Rodeo out there on Friday night at 8 o'clock. It's in the Coliseum, but when you get out, we could have a little bit of a polar mayhem unfolding here. We're looking at about 91, at least 91 consecutive hours below freezing. If it doesn't hit freezing on Tuesday, that could go out to 110 consecutive hours. The lowest temperature we've got in the forecast is -12 right now, and that would be on Monday morning. The coldest wind chill, -30 here in Denver. And the snow totals, we're looking at about 3 to 8 inches over the course of those 5 days. I'll have more details coming up on that in just a few minutes.
Corey, thanks. A big announcement in the city of Denver today. Mayor Johnston announced the city is acquiring the old Park Hill golf course.
So this is part of a land swap deal with the company that had plans to build housing on the old course. But after voters rejected that plan, the land's future was up in the air until now. Jeremy Hohola is at the old golf course near 35th in Colorado with more. And Jeremy, for years, no one could decide what to do with the land, or everyone wanted to fight about it. Now the city plans to open it up pretty soon.
Yeah, once City Council approves this whole land swap deal, the city will take over the old golf course here. This is land that has been in limbo and fenced off since 2018. For years, weeds have taken over the 155 acres here that used to be a historic golf course in this corner of Denver, but now change is coming soon.
I am delighted to announce today that in a historic deal, the city of Denver has acquired the Park Hill Golf Course for use as a public park. This will be the largest acquisition of a new park to our park system in more than 100 years.
The city is trading 145 acres of land it owns by the airport with Westside Investment Partners. That's the developer that bought this old course with plans to develop and build affordable housing here. However, the development plans became fiercely debated, especially when former Mayor Wellington Webb came out and opposed it.
Because this park has no alley, it has no sidewalks, it has no streets. All of those fees would be put on top of the sale prices of the affordable homes that were so-called going to be built, which then puts them as not affordable.
The transformation of this land should lift up existing residents, not push them out.
In 2023, what to do with the land went to the voters, who chose no development, leaving the plans for the land in limbo. Now, Westside Investment Partners will get 145 acres of land by the airport, and the city will make this a new park.
Somebody is going to stand in this park and they're going to get married, like I did at Cheeseman Park. Or they're going to celebrate their parents' 50th wedding anniversary, like I did in Washington Park. That is what is happening here today, is this great space that will be that place for community to come together.
And absent from this big announcement today was Westside Investment Partners. That's a developer at the center of this project here. I reached out to them, no comment from them. In the meantime, expect some changes here actually pretty soon. The city plans to open up the park here in the next few months. City Park and Rec crews will go out, clear out weeds, clear out branches, make it safe, and then the city will open up public comment so people can have a say on what they want in their new park. Live near 35th in Colorado, Jeremy Hohola, 9 News.
Well, they'll get a lot of comment, but it's nice to see some movement there. And then some of us miss the old golf course, but that's that. Thanks, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Right now, the National Western Stock Show is happening, and organizers at the National Stock Show are gearing up for that frigid weather this weekend as they prepare to move some events indoors. About 90% of the complex is inside already, but they are expecting big crowds looking to escape the cold this weekend. Some events, like those held in the Ames Pavilion, will be moved indoors to other areas, and all of those changes will be posted online for you at the complex as well.
It's actually more for the people. The animals are fine in this weather. No, they are not even bothered at all by it. But you know, when it's 30 degrees inside a big tent, that's a little uncomfortable for the public. So we'll make sure they're inside in the 60, 70 degree temperatures.
Stock Show organizers are hoping people utilize the Coors Field parking lots instead of trying to walk to the complex. Shuttles run every 5 to 7 minutes, and you can drop you off just right there at the front door. 9 News, of course, is your home for the Stock Show. It runs through Sunday, January 26th. For details on events and tickets, just text Stock Show to 303-871-1491, and we'll send you all the information right there to your phone.